Alright folks, welcome back to another video right here on Jason's Wrestling Channel. As you saw in the thumbnail, we're talking about Yokozuna. He started his career in the World Wrestling Federation. And he had Mr. Fuji as his manager. Now when he first started, he was on a winning streak. And he pretty much ran through his opponents in the WWF. So finally, at WrestleMania, he gets the title shot against Bret the Hitman Hart. And it was Yokozuna and Bret Hart for the World Wrestling Federation title. So then Bret Hart ended up losing the match. He got the salt thrown in his eyes. Yokozuna pinned him and became World Wrestling Federation champion. And then Hulk Hogan came out to help Bret Hart. And Mr. Fuji issued a challenge to Hulk Hogan, said they would put the WWF title on the line if Hulk Hogan would get into the ring and face Yokozuna. Now, Bret Hart told Hogan to go for it. So Hogan goes into the ring. And he wrestled against Yokozuna for like a couple seconds. He did his leg drop, punched him, slammed him, and he did his leg drop and pinned Yokozuna 1, 2, 3. And Hulk Hogan would become the World Wrestling Federation champion. So then Hogan went to the King of the Ring. And he defended the title. He gave Yokozuna his rematch for the world title. And Hogan ended up losing the second time. There's a photographer that came up on the mat. And his camera exploded right in Hogan's face. And Hogan went down. Yokozuna pinned Hogan and became the WWF champion. Now, Hogan would go away for a while. Actually, he went to WCW, but that's another matter. So Yokozuna beat Hogan, and he was the World Wrestling Federation champion for about maybe a year, maybe 2 years. He had it for 2 years. And he pretty much went through the World Wrestling Federation. Finally, Lex Luger would arrive on the scene. And he would slam Yokozuna on the USS Intrepid. And then he went into SummerSlam 93. So where Lex Luger was the challenger. And Yokozuna got knocked out. He pretty much got counted out. He was laying in the middle of the ring unconscious. He won the match, but he didn't win the title. Yokozuna kept the title. So then WrestleMania 10 came. And Yokozuna wrestled twice. Because Bret Hart and Lex Luger both went over the top rope at the same time, and both their feet touched the floor. So they had co-winners of the Royal Rumble. So at WrestleMania 10, Yokozuna defended the World Wrestling Federation title twice. The first time he wrestled at WrestleMania 10 was against Lex Luger, because Luger had won the coin toss. And Luger basically lost that match because Curt Hennig was a referee. And Curt Hennig, he basically disqualified Luger because Luger put his hands on a referee. And later on, Like Sugar would go in the back and he'd be like, "What was that all about?" He goes, "You." And Kurt Hennig goes, "Look," he goes, "I'm the referee." He goes, "You put your hands on a referee, you don't touch an official." And I guess Kurt Hennig had warned him twice. So then Yokozuna would go to the main event at WrestleMania, and he would defend the title in the main event against Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret Hart ended up winning the WWF Championship, ending Yokozuna's title reign. So they had a big celebration where Bret Hart was raised up because everyone was happy that Yokozuna was no longer the champion and he lost it. So then after that, Yokozuna would go out and be a single competitor, and he would become in a tag team with Owen Hart, and they were a tag team, and they won the tag team titles. Eventually, it got to a point to where Yokozuna's weight became a problem. They wanted him to lose the weight, and he couldn't do it. It was hard. And he just kept getting bigger and bigger. So then they let him go. And then he went to wrestle in the independent wrestling companies. I think he went to New Japan. I think he was wrestling in New Japan Pro Wrestling for a while. And sadly, Yokozuna passed away because of his weight. I guess he had a heart attack. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like karaoke, subscribe to Flash Gordon Karaoke Channel 5000. And have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.